you want to improve your accent, if you want to improve your listening comprehension, then these are the videos for you. They're very unique. You will not find other exercises like this on the internet. We are practicing with real life people who are trying to improve their listening comprehension and their accent through pronunciation, accentuation, and intonation. And if you want to do that, you can come along with us right now and you can watch these videos and practice with us. And if you would like to participate, just click on the link in the description to the Discord group. The first two people who volunteer once the video starts are the two people who get to practice with us on that day. And if you find these videos helpful, remember to press the like button and also subscribe. I need your help to grow my channel. It's a very unique channel. Well, now let's get started and let's improve our English accents and our listening comprehension. Here, Pachu, can you read this bubble here? The trouble seems.
Okay. The trouble seems to be upstairs,
Mhm.
Sergeant. But what's to be phone about this mob? Solid gold pieces don't come their way every day.
Okay. Well, let's start with the first sentence. The trouble seems to be upstairs, Sergeant. What do you suppose are the most important words in that bubble? Or in that sentence?
Uh, Troubles upstairs and Sergeant.
Okay. So, if trouble's important, how does it sound?
Is trouble, trouble,
Trouble. Trouble. Trouble.
trouble,
Trouble.
trouble.
How would it sound if you put trouble plus seems plus two plus be? How does that sound? If it's like one big word, how would that sound?
Mm. The trouble seems to be.
The
The
trouble
trouble seems
seems
to
to
be.
be. The trouble
The
seems to be.
trouble the trouble seemed to be
Okay. Now that word upstairs, which sound has all of the power?
stairs.
When you have two words that are together, which word usually gets all of the
Okay, so up,
up?
up,
That's right.
upstairs.
Upstairs. Upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs.
The trouble seems to be the trouble seems to be upstairs. Upstairs. Upstairs.
The trou the trouble seems to be upstairs.
Uh, You know what? You're right. It should. So normally the rule is the first word, but I think here it's the second word. I think you're right. I think it is stairs. Upstairs. You're right.
Yes.
Because it doesn't sound right if you say upstairs. It's upstairs.
Yes.
The trouble seems to be
Upstairs.
upstairs. Say it again. The right way. Not the way I told you.
Okay. The trouble seems to be upstairs.
Okay. And then also sergeant is an important word. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
Okay. So how will you pronounce that word if it's important?
So sergeant is the first
Sergeant.
sergeant.
Sergeant. The trouble seems to be upstairs, Sergeant.
The trouble seems to be upstairs, sergeant.
Say it again.
The trouble seems to be upstairs, sergeant.
hmm And then what is the next sentence?
But what's to be pone?
Done. Done. What's to be done?
So done. Yes. Okay. What's to be done?
Okay. And then it says, what's to be done about this mob? What does that word mob mean? Do you know what that means? Mob.
Yeah, mob is police.
Mob means group of people, and it's always used in a bad way. A group of people doing bad things.
Okay.
So usually, like maybe if someone does something horrible, then a group of people will come around that person and say, "We're going to kill you. We hate you." That's a mob. It's like a group of people about to attack or do something bad.
as a crowd of
But
people.
yeah, but crowd. Muhammad says gangsters. It's kind of like gangsters. Crowd. See, crowd is not a bad word. I mean, it could be annoying to have a crowd, but when you say mob, that's always bad. It always means something bad. Okay. Uh,
Y- y-
now,
So,
go ahead.
so in the past, when anyone is punished, then all peoples throw a stone on him
Mm,
to kill.
that's an angry
Yeah.
mob. That's an angry mob.
Yes.
That's or that could also be like mob justice. Mob justice.
Yeah.
But when you say that, that has a that's negative. That's always a negative bad thing. Okay. Now, in that phrase, what's to be done? What's to be done? What are the important words?
As done,
What about the
and what's
okay.
and what's also.
So how does that sound? If you say but what's to be done and what and done are important words, then how does the phrase
Yeah.
sound?
But what's to be done?
Mhm.
This is not question. Is question?
It is a question actually. It's just we're just
Sorry. Sorry.
part. That
Okay.
looks like a period. I think that's just dirt or something. But because it says what's to be
Okay.
done
Yes.
about
Yes.
this mob, we're just looking at the first part here. So, but you're right. It sounds like this. But what's to be done?
Okay. What's to be done?
hmm And then we have the final part of the question, which is about this mob. And in that phrase about this mob, what are the important words?
It's mob.
Okay. Maybe also about. I think we could also do about.
Okay.
Because I think it would sound like this about this mob.
About this mob.
hmm Big, small, big, small. But what's to be done about this mob?
What's to be done about this mob?
hmm The trouble seems to be upstairs, Sergeant, but what's to be done about this mob?
The trouble seems to be upstairs, Sergeant. But what's to be done about this mob?
hmm And then let's see. Let's read the next one, two, three. The next three words. What are the next three words?
Solid sold
Solid
pieces.
gold. Solid gold.
Okay. Solid gold dishes.
Dishes.
Dishes or
Dishes.
pieces. Okay.
Dishes. Don't forget to whistle. You have to whistle. Shh. Dishes.
Okay. Solid sold
Gold.
dishes.
Solid gold.
Dishes.
Dishes.
Solid gold dishes. Don't come there. Don't come their way every day.
Okay. I don't know what they're talking about, but anyway, solid gold dishes. Are all of those words important, do you suppose?
Mm, gold.
Well, I think there's a hierarchy. I think maybe because you're starting with solid, you have to use solid and maybe not focus too much on the word gold. But
Yes.
what's the when you say solid gold, what does that mean? What are you actually saying? If you say something is solid gold, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's solid gold.
What does that mean?
Is a material which is solid.
Well, it means like 100% gold.
Okay, yes.
If you call something solid gold, that means 100% gold. So it's not I don't know the word. It's not an alloy, it's not mixed with something. You understand?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So that word solid, I think, is more important than the word gold.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Solid. Yeah.
if we emphasize the word solid in dishes, how will the phrase sound?
This solid gold dishes.
Solid gold dishes. Solid gold dishes.
Solid gold dishes.
Don't forget to whistle. You have to whistle.
Okay.
Dishes.
Dishes.
Solid gold dishes. Don't come their way.
Solid.
Go ahead.
Solid gold dishes.
D-
Dishes.
dishes. Don't come their way. This is a weird sentence. I don't want to spend time explaining it because I don't really understand it myself. Okay. So,
Okay.
but let's just try to focus on the pronunciation. Okay. Don't come their
Yes.
way.
Yes.
Don't come their way. What do you think are the important words in that phrase? Don't come their way.
Mm, is it don't
Mm,
and way and come also.
okay. Don't come. Don't come their way. Maybe don't and way.
Yeah. Yes.
It,
Yes.
it,
Yes. I also think yeah.
if we emphasize those words, how will it sound?
It's don't come their sorry. Don't come their way.
Don't come their way.
It's don't come their way.
Hmm. And then what are the final two words?
And every day.
And what do you think is the most important word in that phrase?
It's every.
Every day.
Yes. Every day.
Don't come their way every day.
It's, don't come their way every day.
The trouble seems to be upstairs, Sergeant. But what's to be done about this mob? Solid gold dishes don't come their way every day.
The trouble seems to be upstairs, Sergeant. But what's to be done about this mob?
Hmm.
Solid gold pieces don't, don't come their way every day.
Okay, but it's not way, it's way. That's your favorite sound. That's the same sound as great. There's an E
Okay.
at the end.
So
Pronounce.
where is
Way,
way,
way. Raise your tongue
way,
up. Way.
way,
That's better.
way.
Way. Hmm.
Yeah. So mm, yes.
Okay, and then what is in the next bubble? What does it say?
Look at this
Hmm.
solid gold.
What does that mean if you say something is solid gold? What does that mean?
Yes, means by the pure gold,
Pure
100%.
100% gold. Okay. Now, in that phrase, look at this. Which words do you think are important?
So look, this also.
Yeah, okay. So how does that sound as a phrase? If the word look and this are very important words, how does it sound?
So look at this.
Okay, but remember, look is important, so you might have to make it bigger. Look at this.
Look at this.
Look at this.
Look at this.
Now, in the second phrase, which words are important?
It's a solid.
Okay. Look at this. Solid gold. Maybe gold also here.
Okay, gold. So look at this solid gold.
Okay. Solid gold. They're big words. They're important
Sol,
words. Make them big. Solid gold.
solid gold.
Look at this. Solid gold.
Look at this solid gold.
Let's try the whole thing one more time. And the trouble seems to be upstairs, Sergeant. But what's to be done about this mob? Solid gold dishes don't come their way every day.
The trouble seems to be upstairs, Sergeant. But what's to be done about this mob? Solid gold dishes don't come their way every day.
Look at
Look
this.
at this solid gold.
Yeah, but it's not look at this, it's look at this.
Look at this
Solid
solid
gold.
gold.
Solid gold.
Solid gold.
Okay.
Solid gold.
All right.
Yes.
Mohammed, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. What is the what's in the next bubble? What does it say?
What did DM and storage mean?
Uh
So,
well, first let's just read the first bubble, then we'll get to the second bubble. What does it say?
help, help,
Okay, help. Help. These are important words. Make the vowel sound much bigger. Help. Help.
help, help.
Okay. Now, this this is from the 1950s, and the word dame is kind of a disrespectful way to say a woman, a lady. So you shouldn't use it, okay? But these are like street people. These are murderers and thieves. So sometimes they use bad words. It's not very nice to call a woman a dame, but so they're saying it's a woman. It's a lady. It's a dame. So that's not a very nice thing to say though. So
Is this it's still used?
not really. Actually, it's something that really sounds like it's from the 1950s or 1940s or something like that. People don't really talk like that anymore. So maybe if you watch a movie from the 50s, you'll hear that word. But it's not nice even in the context of time. So no.
And surge.
Well, that's short for sergeant. So that's like a rank of the
So,
police. So see here
yeah.
it says the trouble seems to be upstairs, sergeant, and they just say Sarge for short. It's kind of friendly. It sounds kind of friendly, informal. Sarge. Okay. Can you read that sentence? What does it say?
It's a DM surge.
Okay. Now it's a dame. What is the important what's the important word in that phrase?
DM and surge.
Okay. Because it's important, you're going to have to make it longer. It's a dame.
It's a DM.
Dame.
DM.
Sarge.
Sarge.
It's a dame, Sarge.
It's a DM. Sarge.
Okay. That was a very easy bubble. So, Mohammed, we'll continue with the next one, okay?
Okay.
What does it say here?
Get me out of here. My husband's upstairs. We killed Howard
Carson.
Carson.
Hmm.
Carson.
Let me make that easier to see. So the first phrase, "Get me out of here." What do you think is the most important? What are the most important words in that phrase?
Get and out
Hmm.
and here.
Okay. So if those are important words, then how should you read the phrase? How should it sound?
Get get me out of here.
Hmm. You've got to make the vowel sounds longer. Get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
Hmm. Get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
What is the next phrase?
My husband's upstairs.
And what are the important words in that phrase?
Husbands and upstairs.
Okay. So if those are important words, how should they sound?
My husband's upstairs.
My husband's upstairs.
My husband's
We're
upstairs.
trying to get a big, small, big, small, big, small rhythm. Okay. Get me out of here. My husband's upstairs.
Get me out of here. My husband's upstairs.
Okay. And then what is the final phrase?
We killed Howard Carson.
Okay. And what do you think?
Carson.
What are the important words in that phrase?
We killed and Howard Carson.
Okay. I always forget with names. Howard Carson. Howard. So I guess it's the first name that we want to emphasize. Howard Carson. Howard Carson. Yeah, it's the first name that we want to emphasize. So we'll emphasize killed and Howard. Killed and Howard.
Okay.
How does that sound?
We, we killed Howard Carson.
We killed Howard Carson.
We killed Howard
Get me
Carson.
get me out of here. My husband's upstairs. We killed Howard Carson.
Get me out of here. My husband's upstairs. We killed Howard Carson.
Okay. Now in the next bubble, what does it say?
Search the houseman. The houseman. Search the houseman.
The house or the house?
The house.
Okay. And then what are the important words?
Search and house.
Okay. So if those are important words, how does the phrase sound?
Search the houseman.
Search the house, men. Maybe men also is important.
Search the houseman.
Search the house, men.
Search the houseman.
Maybe just search. Search the house. Oh, I guess it's both of them. Search the house. Yeah, I guess it's both. I'm just not saying it well. All right. Mr. Pachu, what does it
Yes, sir.
say in the yellow box?
Okay, so thorough search disclosed nothing out of order in the entire house, nor was there a trace of Danny or the demons.
Okay. So we have what is a thorough search? What does that mean if it's a thorough search?
Is uh, completely or fully in a broad search.
Okay. Can you say that word again? Thorough. That's a hard word for people to say, I think, sometimes.
A tho- thorough search.
Okay, but now if you listen to think about the vowel sounds and think about the duration of time it takes to say them. Thorough. Is that big or small at the end?
Thorough. Oh yeah, it's a
Thorough.
big.
Thorough. It's very big. It's a very long sound. If you say thorough, that would be hard to understand because it has to be thorough.
I I usually pronounce it as a thorough. Thorough.
The what? Thorough. Where's the accent? Which syllable has the accent? Thorough.
Thorough. Raw.
Where's the accent?
Raw.
Thorough. Yeah. Thorough.
Thorough.
Thorough. Thorough.
Thorough.
No, it's you know what? It's the first one. Thorough. Thorough.
Thorough. Yes.
Thorough.
Okay.
But it's still the sound at the end is long. It has to be long. Even if the accent is in the front syllable, that second syllable is also very long. Thorough. Can you say it?
Yes. Thorough. Is it
Thorough.
thorough? thorough,
Thorough. Again?
thorough, thorough,
Thorough. Thorough. Okay. Now
thorough,
the first four words, what are they?
thorough, search disclosed,
Nothing.
nothing,
Hmm. What does that mean? What does that word disclose mean?
is open or displayed.
Yeah, or show or say or something.
So,
Yeah,
yes,
show.
so,
So we did a very good search, but it didn't show anything. It didn't bring us anything. Is that pretty clear?
yes,
What are the
yes,
important words in that phrase? Thorough search disclosed nothing. What are the important words?
is thorough and nothing, and also
Okay.
disclosed maybe.
Why don't we go? Let's start with thorough and search. Okay. If we have thorough and search, how will you put those together? Which word is more important?
Is thorough,
Okay. So how will the two words thorough and search sound together?
thorough search, thorough
Thorough,
search,
thorough search, thorough search,
thorough,
thorough search. Can you?
thorough search,
Mm,
thorough search, thorough search.
okay. And and now with disclosed and nothing, are they both important or just one of them important? What do you think?
Yeah, either nothing.
Okay. Thorough search disclose. I think disclose. I think we could emphasize disclose also. Disclose. Where's the
Yeah,
where's the big sound in that word? Disclose.
okay. Disclosed,
Mm-hmm. Where's
closed, close,
closed?
disclosed.
A thorough search disclosed.
A thorough search disclosed.
Okay, and then nothing. Nothing. Where's the sound in that phrase? Not in that word. Nothing.
The first,
Okay.
nothing in the first.
Okay. So let's try to do the whole pattern. Big, small, big, small, big, small. A thorough search disclosed nothing.
A thorough search disclosed nothing.
And then we have a phrase out of order. Out of order.
Yeah.
Out of order.
No, out of order, out of order.
Which words do you think should get the attention?
As a out and order,
Okay. So how does that sound? To emphasize those words or those sounds, how does it sound in a phrase?
out of order,
Out of order.
out of order,
Out of order.
out of order.
A thorough search disclosed nothing out of order.
Thorough search disclosed nothing out of order.
Okay, and now in the next phrase, in the entire house, which words are important?
It's entire,
Okay, entire. Where's the sound in that word? Entire.
tire,
Tire. So how will you say in the plus entire? How does that sound?
in the entire,
In
in the
the
entire,
entire. In the entire. In the entire.
in the tire, in the tire.
A thorough search disclosed nothing out of order in the entire house.
Thorough search disclosed nothing out of order in the entire house.
I think also house is an important word. I think we have to emphasize that word house. I think that should be a big word also.
Yes, okay.
Try again the whole phrase.
In the, okay. Thorough search disclosed nothing out of order in the entire house.
Okay, that was good. Let's read the next one, two, three, four words.
Nor was there
Okay.
no
In,
yes
and in that phrase, nor was there a, what is the important word?
is nor
Okay. So how does that sound? If you were going to say that like one big word, no, nor was there a, how would it sound?
no was there, no was
That's
there,
right. Nor was there a. Nor was there a.
no was there uh,
No.
there no was there.
Okay. When I say, I'm going to say the word nor very slowly, and I want you to think about all of the vowel sounds in the middle of that word. Nor. How many sounds do you hear? How many vowel sounds? Nor.
Is it three?
Three. That's right. Can you say it like that? Nor.
Nowhere,
Nor was there a.
no was there.
Don't forget the Nor was
Oh,
there a.
sorry, no was there.
A thorough search disclosed nothing out of order in the entire house, nor was there a.
Thorough search disclosed nothing out of order in the entire house, nor was there
Okay. Uh, trace of Danny. A trace of Danny or the demon. That's our last part of this phrase. A trace of Danny or the demon. What are the important words in the phrase? A trace of Danny or the demon.
trace, Danny, and Denim.
Okay. So let's say, how would you say a trace of? How would that sound? If trace is important, how would a trace of sound?
Okay, so a trace of,
A trace, but make
trace
make
of,
make the a bigger. A trace of.
a trace of.
Okay, that's your favorite sound. Great. Trace.
Okay, a trace of, a
Trace.
trace of.
Trace. Trace.
Yes, trace of.
Nor was there a trace of.
Nor was there a trace of.
Nor was there a trace of Danny.
Nor was there a trace of Danny.
Nor was there a trace of Danny or the.
Nor was there a trace of Danny.
Nor was there a trace of Danny or the demon.
Nor was there a trace of Danny or the demon.
Okay, Denny or Danny.
It's a Danny,
Dan,
Danny,
Danny or the. Danny or the.
Danny or the,
Dan
Danny or the,
demon.
Danny or the demon.
A thorough search disclosed nothing out of order in the entire house, nor was there a trace of Danny or the demon.
Thorough search disclosed nothing out of order in the entire house, nor was there a trace of Danny or the demon.
Okay, and then what does the first bubble say?
Uh, All in order on this floor, Sergeant.
What does that mean? All in order.
Yeah, he means a correct way, a correct
Everything is
structure,
everything is okay. Okay.
organized.
Oh, and what
Yeah,
are the important words in that phrase? All in order. What do you think are the most important words?
it's order and all.
Okay, so how should that sound if all in order are the important words?
All in order.
All in order. So also you emphasize the word order. All in order.
All in order.
And then on the next phrase, on this floor, Sergeant, what are the important words?
Is mm, floor this, I think, insurgent.
So this and sergeant.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I think
So how does
this.
that sound? How will you read that? If those are the important words, how should you read it?
On this floor, sergeant.
On this floor, sergeant.
On this floor, sergeant.
All in order on this floor, sergeant.
All in order on this floor, sergeant.
Okay. And in the next bubble, what does it say?
Okay. All okay down here.
Okay. And what are the important words in that phrase, do you think?
Is all down and here.
Okay. So if those are your important words, how should you read that?
All okay down here.
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 All right. Mr. Mohammed, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. What is the next bubble?
But I tell you, officer, my husband is in that house.
Okay. So in the first one, but I tell you, which words do you think we should focus on in that phrase? But I tell you.
But until,
I think you're right. So how would that sound if those are your focus
but I
words?
tell you,
But I tell
but I
you.
tell,
Hmm?
But I tell you.
but I tell you,
hmm and then we have officer. Maybe we should add the word officer to that phrase. But I tell you, is officer important, do you think?
yes.
Okay. So how will all of those words sound together?
But I tell you, officer,
But I tell you, officer.
but I tell you, officer,
Uh-huh. But I tell you, officer, my husband is in that house. Which words do you think are important there?
husband and house.
Okay, so how would that phrase sound?
But I tell you, officer, my husband in that house.
Okay, so husband is important, right? How would you say
Yes,
husband is in? Say those three words together. Husband is in.
husband is in.
Husband is in.
Husband is in.
My husband is in that house.
My husband is in that
What did you
house.
say the other? I forgot. What did you say the other important word was?
A house and husband.
Okay. So my husband is in that. I think that. I think the word that should be the word that we focus on. That house.
My husband is in that house.
But I tell you, officer, my husband is in that house.
But I tell you, officer, my husband is in that house.
Okay. Let's take a look at the next bubble. Can you read it? What does it say?
Let's get down to headquarters, man.
Mhm.
I think this little girl has a lot to tell us.
Okay. Now, we use the word up and down all the time for directions. It doesn't literally mean up or down. It just means like going straight ahead or uh, how do you explain that? Let's get down to headquarters. That just means let's go to headquarters. It's like saying to, but you could use up or down.
Yes,
Like you could say let's go up to headquarters. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's just something we do.
yes.
So in that phrase, let's get down to headquarters. What do you suppose are the important words?
Mm. Let's and down and headquarters.
Okay, let's get down to. Okay, so how does that sound? If those are the important words, how will that phrase sound?
Let's get down to headquarters.
Let's get down to headquarters.
Let's get down. Let's get down to headquarters.
Let's get down to headquarters, man.
Let's get down to headquarters, man.
Okay. Uh, let's read the next one, two, three, four, five words.
I think this little girl
Okay. I think this little girl. What do you think are the important words in that phrase? Which words should we emphasize?
think and little.
Okay. If those are your important words, then how will the phrase sound?
I think this little girl.
I think this little girl.
I think this little girl
And what is the final part of this phrase?
has a lot to tell us.
Okay. And what do you suppose are the important words in that phrase?
Lot and tell.
Okay. Uh, so I think this little girl has a lot to tell us. Okay, can you read it? Read it, emphasizing those words.
I think this little girl has a lot to tell us.
Okay. So let's get down to headquarters, man. I think this little girl has a lot to tell us.
Let's get down to headquarters, man. I think this little girl has a lot to tell us.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Uh, let's move on to the next bubble here. Oh, we've got to change our page. We've got to end this pretty soon. I'm just looking for one more vocabulary word that we can practice because I've only got two. I wanted to do three, so hopefully we'll find another vocabulary word in this bubble. Mr. Pachu, are you there?
Yes, yes, sir.
Can you read in the yellow box? What does it say?
After the police leave Tennessee, Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
and Danny returned to the library from the half world.
Okay. So now is it police or police?
Okay, so police
Police. That's a big sound. You have to use a big sound there. Can you read that again?
is a,
The first up to leave. Just read up to the word leave.
after the police leave
Okay, is it leave or leave?
is a leave.
Leave. Okay. After the police
Leave.
leave,
After the police leave,
police. It's a big sound at the end of police.
okay. After the police leave,
Okay. And what are the important words in that phrase?
uh, police and leave
Okay. So
after maybe
okay. So if after and police leave are important, then how should the phrase sound?
after the police leave
After the
is a police.
leave,
Okay. After the police leave,
okay. Let's read up to the word the. So return to the tennis shad.
okay. Tennis sad and Danny return to the
What are the important words in that phrase?
oh, le- tennis and Danny maybe,
Okay.
but their names so we can emphasize.
All right. What else? Anything
Yeah,
else?
yeah. And if you want to emphasize on return also if it is needed, but I don't think.
I think.
We can
Go ahead. What?
we only emphasize, oh, if we choose many words to emphasize, then it's sometimes confuse.
Well, it could be confusing, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay to emphasize the word return here. I think it's a good idea to emphasize that word. So it would we're in that word return. Where's all of the sound?
It
Return,
turn,
turn. Okay. So how would you say return plus to plus the? How would that sound?
uh, return, return to the,
Yeah,
return
return
to
to
the,
the, return to the, return to the.
return to the.
So we have Tenishad and Danny return to the.
Tennisad and Danny return to the.
After the police leave, Tenishad and Danny return to the.
After the police leave, Tennisad and Danny return to the.
Okay. And then we have library from the half world. Can you read that? The end of that phrase?
uh, library from the half world.
Okay. And what are the important words in that phrase? Library from the half world.
Yes, sound and strange to the library, library from the half world.
So, what are the important words? Can you tell me?
The library and the
Library.
half world
Okay. And half.
and the half.
And half.
Yes,
Library and half. Okay. So, in that word library, where's all the sound? Library.
L- lib,
Okay. So how would that sound? Library plus from plus the. How does that sound in the phrase?
library from the,
Library from the.
library from the,
Return to the library from the.
return to the library from the,
Library from the.
library from the,
Return to the library from the half world.
return to the library from the half world.
After the police leave, Tenishad and Danny return to the library from the half world.
After the police leave, Tennisad and Danny return to the library from the half world.
Okay. Now, Pachu, can you read the first bubble? What does it say?
Ah, ah, is this correct? Ah, what
I don't know. I
police?
guess. I guess that would be okay. Ah.
Ah, what a place. Yeah, what demons.
Yeah, so they're in a he's in the half world with all the demons. Okay. So in that first phrase, what a place. What do you think would be the important words?
So it's a place and what also?
Okay. So how will that sound if those are the two important words? How does it sound?
Ah, what a place.
Okay, but so
What a
remember,
place.
what is a big word? What a place. What a place. You've got to make it longer and bigger. What a place.
What a place.
What a
What a
place.
place.
How about in the next phrase? What are the important words?
Is a what is a what and demons.
Okay, so how does it sound if both of those words are important? How does it sound?
Is is what demons.
What demons?
So what demons.
What a place. What demons?
What a what a place. What a demons.
Hmm. Now let's read the final bubble in this. What does it say?
Why Danny how can you talk like that about my home?
Do you know sometimes people use the word why and it's like a just it means surprise. It's a way of acting surprised. So this is not asking a question why. This is being surprised like I can't believe you're doing that. Why? Danny, how can you talk about my home like that? So this is not asking a question. This is like a way of uh of expressing surprise.
Yes. So, mm, why, Danny? How can you talk like that about my house?
Yeah.
Sorry, my home.
Yeah, so his feelings are hurt. So because Danny says, "Oh my God, what a
Yes,
place!
yeah,
What demons!" And the demons' feelings are hurt. And he says, "Why, Danny? How can you talk about my home like that?"
yeah,
So, is "why" an important word?
yes,
How about Danny? Is that important?
yes,
Okay.
because we are calling Danny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how will you read that? How does it sound?
It's why, Danny?
Why, Danny?
Why, Danny?
Hmm. Now, the next phrase, how can you talk like that? What are the important words?
So how
How? What
is
else?
it talk?
Talk.
Talk.
Anything
Yeah,
else? How can you talk like that?
yeah. It's too.
I think also that. I think also the word that.
Yeah, yes, yeah. If you take this, yes.
So how would that sound if you say
Yeah.
how plus can plus you? How would that sound?
It's how can you talk like
Yeah.
that?
How can you talk like that?
How can you talk like
Yeah.
that?
Why, Danny? How can you talk like that
Why, Danny? How can you talk like that
about my home?
about my home?
Okay. Can you just read it one more time? Why, Danny? How can you talk like that about my home?
Why, Danny? How can you talk like that about my home?
Okay. All right, let's go back to Muhammad. This would be our last frame, and then we'll practice some words that I've chosen. Okay, so we'll just do this one more
Okay.
frame, and then we'll practice some interesting vocabulary words that we picked up. All right,
Okay.
Muhammad, can you read well, read the whole bubble one time?
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police. There must be some way out for me. How about cutting the cards for high man? If I win, I go free. If I lose, I am your slave forever.
Okay. Oh, this is a weird bubble. Okay, let's start with the first phrase. At least Helen is safe. What do you think are the most important words in that phrase?
Helen unsafe. At least Helen is safe.
Okay, but I think that phrase, at least, I think that's an important phrase. I think that's something that we should focus on. Which word do you think in that phrase gets all of the attention? At or least?
At least. Least.
Okay, so we'll make that really long. At least.
At least Helen is safe.
Can you make least longer? At least.
At least
Hmm. And then, I'm sorry, which words did you say you wanted to focus on? I don't remember.
Helen unsafe.
Okay, Helen. Which syllable has all of the attention? Helen.
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 First.
First one. So at least Helen.
At least Helen.
At least Helen is.
At least Helen is
Okay, and then safe. Make that extra long. Safe.
safe.
At least Helen is
Safe.
safe.
At least Helen is safe.
Okay. And then we have in the hands of the police. In the hands of the police. Which words do you think we should emphasize in that phrase?
Hands and police.
Okay. So how would you say in the hands of the? If hands is the important word, how will all of that sound together?
In the hands of the police.
Uh, let's just forget about police for a minute. Let's just do in the hands of the. In the hands of the.
In the hands of the.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the
And then we have the word police. Which syllable has all of the attention in that word? Police.
police.
Lease. So at least Helen is safe in the hands of the police.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police.
Okay. Say it one more time.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police.
Okay. Now let's take a look at the next phrase. There must be some way out. What do you suppose are the important words in that phrase?
Must and way out.
Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to get ChatGPT because I'm getting ready for us to practice some vocabulary, so I'm trying to uh, get this done before we start. Let me. So there must be some way out. What did you say were the important words again?
Must and way out.
Okay. So how would you say there plus must plus be? How would that sound?
There must be.
There must be. Make must bigger. There must be. Make the other words smaller. There must be.
There, there must be.
Okay. And then I'm sorry. Can you repeat what were the other important words?
Way out.
Way out. There must be some way out. Some way out. I think some.
There must.
There must be some way out. I think the word some is what we want to focus on. What
Okay.
what does that word some do here? I mean, how does what does that do to the meaning or the idea?
Quantifying.
What?
Like some is a little
But in this, but you're right. It
or
does mean a little.
not enough.
That could be that, but in not in this phrase. It just means what does it mean in this phrase? Some way out. I don't think it means a little here. Most of the time, it does mean that, but what does it mean here?
The
Kind of means like I don't care how. It doesn't matter how. There's got to be there's um, maybe it's a door, maybe it's a window, maybe it's a hole in the ground. I don't care what it is. D- Does that make sense? Is that what you understood from that?
yes, but he can say a way out without some. So it's an extra word, so I didn't emphasize it for that reason.
Yeah, but it's actually the reverse. You're right. You could say there must be a way out, and then way would probably be the word that you emphasize. But because you add the word some, that means I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a door. I don't care if it's a window. I don't care if it's a hole in the ground. That's like an important word. That means I don't care. Just anyway. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So that actually changes the idea in a very important way. So that's a word that you probably would emphasize. You can emphasize whatever you want, but probably it should be the word some. There must be some way out.
there must be some way out.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police. There must be some way out.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police. There must be some way out.
Okay. And though we have for me, we have to finish with for me. There must be some way out for me. Then, so which word do you think we should emphasize in that phrase for me?
For me,
Okay. So how would that sound?
there must be some way out for me.
There must be some way out for me.
There must be some way out for me.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police. There must be some way out for me.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police. There must be some way out for me.
Okay. Uh, Now, this next phrase, I don't really understand. I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about. I can guess, but can you read it? What does it say?
Cutting the cards.
Hmm.
Is this an idiom?
Well, actually, let me show you what cutting cards is.
Yes, yes, I remembered it.
Cutting, let's see if we can find a picture here. Cutting cards is sort of like what's happening in this picture here. Let's, well, see the man is cutting cards. It's when you mix the cards. But then the rabbit is really cutting the cards with a knife or something.
Yes, this literal meaning, but does it has an abstract meaning?
Well, I think what he's saying is, well, let's go back to the words because I don't really understand this, to be honest with you. But I think what he's saying is, okay, uh, let's get some cards, and then if I take a high card like a king or an ace or a queen, then I can go.
Okay,
I'm guessing that's what he's saying. I don't really understand it, but I think so.
okay.
So let's pretend that's what it is. Uh, so this is a suggestion. How about cutting the cards? In that phrase, how about cutting the cards? What are the important words, do you think?
Adding on the cards.
But what does that phrase how about? What does that mean?
How about means? It means like a suggestion.
Yeah, so actually I think that's an important thing to emphasize because it's a signal that you're making a suggestion. How about that's how it would sound if people were making a suggestion. Which word am I emphasizing? How about
How about
which word is getting the emphasis?
how about yes.
I think it's how. How about
How about
how
yes.
about how about say it again.
How about
And then which words did you say you felt were important?
cutting and the cards?
Okay. In that word cutting, where's the power? Where's all of the sound?
The middle cutting.
Where is it?
The middle voice
Well,
cutting.
there are only two syllables, cut and ing. Is it the first syllable or the second syllable? Cutting.
First syllable.
It's the first syllable. Okay. How about cutting the cards?
How about cutting the cards?
And then I see this other part, this for high man. I don't know what that means, but I think it just means I'll take if I get a high card, I can go. You let me go. But which words do you think might be important?
I, I man. So
Okay.
high is important.
Yeah, I think so. For high man. For high man.
For high man.
How about cutting the cards for high, man?
How about cutting the cards for high man?
Okay, let's try from the beginning. At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police. There must be some way out for me. How about cutting the cards for high, man?
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police. There must be some way out for me. How about cutting the cards for high man?
Feel like you're not giving enough emphasis to the important sounds and the important words. Can you try to read that again? But try to remember that certain words are more important than other words.
Okay. At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police. There must be some way out for me. How about cutting the cards for high man?
Okay. Now, the next phrase, if I win, I go free. What do you suppose are the important words?
When and free.
Okay, so how will that sound?
If I win, I go free.
Okay, but can you try to emphasize the important words a little bit more? If I win, I go free.
If I win, I go free.
Okay. If I lose, I'm your slave forever. In that phrase, what are the important words?
Lose and slave forever.
Okay. So let's read that first part. If I lose,
If I lose,
I'm your slave.
I'm your slave.
If I lose, I'm your slave.
If I lose, I'm your slave.
And in that final word, forever, where's all the power? Forever. Where's all the sound?
Ever.
Okay. Uh, just one syllable. Just pick one syllable.
Ever. Second
Eh.
syllable.
Yeah, right. Eh. Forever. Forever.
Forever.
hmm If I lose, I'm your slave forever.
If I lose, I'm your slave forever.
If I win, I go free. If I lose, I'm your slave forever.
If I win, I go free. If I lose, I'm your slave forever.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the police. There must be some way out for me. How about cutting the cards for high, man? If I win, I go free. If I lose, I'm your slave forever.
At least Helen is safe in the hands of the of the police. There must be some way out for me. How about cutting the cards for high man? If I win, I go free. If I lose, I'm your slave forever.
Okay, and then what does the demon say?
Sounds like fun, Danny.
Okay, and what are the important words in that phrase?
Sounds and Danny. Sounds and fun and Danny.
I think sounds, fun, and Danny, I think.
Yes.
So how does you say all those words together, but make sure that you emphasize the important words.
Sounds like fun, Danny.
Sounds like fun, Danny.
Sounds like fun, Danny.
Okay. All right. So that's now what I've done is I've picked three words from this excerpt that we can practice. So let's go over to this document here. Let's see. Pachu, are you still there?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
All right. All right. So we've got three things to practice here. We've got the word mob, which is a large and disorderly group of people acting
Yeah.
violently or chaotically. And then we've got disclose, and we're using surprise as a or we're using the word why, but not as a question, but as a surprise, as an expression of surprise. Pachu,
Yes.
can you read the first sentence, number one? What does it say? I'll try to make that bigger. Do you see it?
Okay. The the police struggled to control the mob during the protest.
Okay. Now, if we just take the first part, the police struggled to control. The police struggled to control. What are the important words?
The the police
Okay.
control struggle also.
Okay, so police struggle and control.
Yes.
All right. Now, in the word police, where is all of the emphasis? Which syllable has all of the sound?
Um, Police.
Lease.
Police.
Lease. The police.
Police. The police
Okay, and now when we get to struggled, where's all the sound in that word?
struggled.
Struggled. Struggled.
Gold. Struggle.
That would be struggled.
Uh,
Struggled. Is it struggled or struggled?
so the first is a
Yes, it's
struggled.
the first one, not the second one. It's not struggled, it's struggled.
Yeah.
Struggled. That's a very, very
Struggled.
important thing to
Struggled.
identify the accent of a word. Okay. Uh,
Yes. Yes.
and so let's also get to control. Control. Where's
Yeah.
the
It's a
sound? Control. Control.
uh, con
That
control.
would be control. Control. Is it control or control?
Is a troll.
Control. It's the
Troll.
second syllable. Control. That's really super important to identify that. Okay. So
Okay.
how does it? How will that sound? Can you read it, emphasizing these just these sounds and not emphasizing the other sounds?
The police struggle to control.
That's right. The police struggled to control.
The police struggle to control.
Mohammed, can you say that? The police struggled to control.
The police struggle to control
Okay. What are the next? Read the final part of the phrase, Mohammed. What does it say?
the mob during the
The
protest.
mob during the protest. What would you? Which words would you focus on in that phrase?
Mob and the protest.
Okay, mob. So we'll make that a big word. And protest. Where's all the sound in that word? Protest. Protest. Which syllable?
Second one. Protest.
Which one?
Protest. Second.
That would be protest. Protest.
Okay.
So
Okay.
which one is it? Is it
Protest first.
protest or protest?
Protest.
Protest. This is the first one. It's the first syllable.
Yes.
That's a really, really super important thing to be able to identify. Because if you get the wrong accent, it will be almost impossible to understand the word.
Yes. It will be a verb.
That's true. It does. It will. No, actually, protest, protest. Yeah, it would be a verb. You're right. Mhm. Okay. The police struggled to control the mob during the protest.
The police struggled to control the mob during the protest.
Pachu, can you say that during the protest?
And during the protest,
Control the mob during the protest.
control the mob during the
The
protest.
police struggled to control the mob during the protest.
The police struggle to control the mob during the protest.
Okay, So now we'll add a little bit of music. Pachu, is
Yeah.
everybody in your home sick today? Does everybody have a cold? Sounds like everybody is sick.
Yes, we are suffering from cold because our whole family uh, is sick. So
Uh
I am not disturbing them. I'm also sick
huh. Oh no.
due to the cold,
How
and
long?
so
How
yeah,
long have you been sick? Has it been? Is it just now?
yeah.
Or
No, from yesterday,
oh,
and my two sons have also got cold. Younger is uh, more severe than others,
oh no.
but he is taking my mobile and just seeing, and he is still fever,
hmm.
so he's not going to school.
Oh,
He yeah.
that's a bad way to start the new year.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, no problem.
let's add a little bit of music. Okay, so we'll
Yeah,
make all of these special sounds high tones, but then when we get to the final part of the sentence, we'll make it lower because that's how phrases usually end. So the police struggled to control the mob during the protest.
the police struggle to control the mob during the protest.
Mohammed, can you try to do it with a little bit of music? The police struggled to control the mob during the protest.
The police struggled to control the mob during the protest.
Okay. Uh, Mohammed, can you make a when police struggle question? When police struggle control mob.
When did the police struggle to control the mob?
Again.
When did the police struggle when did the police struggle to control the mob?
Okay. And what is your most important word in your question?
When and police
Okay.
struggled.
All right. How will it sound if you say when plus did plus the?
When did the
When did the? When did the? When did the?
when did the
When did the police struggle to control the mob?
when did the police struggle to control the mob?
Pachu, can you say that? When did the police struggle to control the mob?
When did the police struggle to control the mob?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what is the answer, Pachu?
The police struggled to control the mob during the protest.
Police. Police.
Okay. Police
Police struggled
struggle
to
to
control the mob during the protest.
the police struggle to control the mob during the protest.
Mohammed, when did the police struggle to control the mob?
The police struggled to control the mob during the protest.
All right. Okay, let's go to our next word, which is the verb to disclose. Have you seen that word before, Mohammed? Disclose?
I see the word disclosure.
What does that mean when you hear the word disclosure? What does that mean usually?
Disclosure like a promise.
Disclosure means like to show, to reveal, to make something known, to tell people. It's like tell.
Okay.
Do you remember where you've seen the word disclosure before?
Like in news.
Could be. And it kind of means to tell, to admit or to tell or to let people know, something like that. Can you read number 2? What does number 2 say, Mohammed?
She refused to disclose the details of the
What
meeting.
does that mean? What do you understand that sentence to mean?
Like the meeting is private, so and or Like a meeting of a president is very sensitive, so information can't go out, so you must disclose the details.
You cannot disclose the detail,
You cannot disclose the
or you
details.
shouldn't anyway. Okay,
Yes.
in the first four words, can you read the first four words? What are the first four words?
She refused to disclose.
And what are the important words in that phrase?
Refused and disclose.
Okay, refused. Where's all the sound in that word? Refused.
Refused.
Mm-hmm.
Used.
You fused.
Refused,
Okay,
yes.
how about in disclose? Disclose. Where's the sound?
In, in the second.
Okay. So how should you read those four words together? How will they sound if you read them all at once?
She refused to disclose.
She refused to disclose.
She refused to disclose.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Pachu, can you try to say that? She refused to disclose.
She refused to
Uh
disclose
huh. What are the next four words, Pachu?
the details of the meeting.
And okay, what are the important words in that phrase?
Details meeting.
Okay, if we say details, which sound do you think has all of the power? Which syllable? Details.
Is the first
Some it's
details.
this is a weird word. Sometimes it could be the first, and sometimes it could be the second. Detail.
Yes, but
Uh huh.
I usually go on second. My mind picks second syllable always.
Always. But
Details,
you know that would be sometimes that could be okay. Some people will say details, details.
details.
So, but
Actually,
I
it's
think it sounds better if
details.
you do the first syllable. Details,
Yes,
details.
details.
Mhm.
Yes, details.
And it also and the word meeting is also important. Where's all the
Yes,
sound in that word? Meeting, meeting.
as a first is a
Okay,
meeting.
meeting. Okay,
Meeting.
so the details of the meeting.
Details of the
She
meeting.
refused to disclose the details of the meeting.
She refused to disclose the details of the meeting.
Mohammed, can you say details of the meeting?
Details of the meeting.
She refused to disclose the details of the meeting.
She refused to disclose the details of the meeting.
The details or the details?
The details.
Try again.
She refused to disclose the details of the meeting.
Okay. Now, Pachu, can you make a what she refused to disclose question?
Why did she refuse to disclose?
Okay. What is the most important word in your question?
What is what?
Okay.
What?
How would you say what plus did plus she?
What did she?
What did she? What did she? What did she?
What? What did she?
What did
What did she?
refuse to disclose?
Why did she refuse to disclose?
Mohammed, can you say that? What did she refuse to disclose?
What did she refuse to disclose?
What did she? What did she? Can you say that? What did she?
What did she?
What did she refuse to disclose?
What did she refuse to disclose?
Okay, and what is the answer, Mohammed?
She refused to disclose the details of the
She
meeting.
refused to disclose the details of the meeting.
She refused to disclose the details of the meeting.
Okay. Uh, Pachu, what did she refuse to disclose?
She refused to disclose the details of the
She
meeting.
refused to disclose the details of the meeting.
She refused to disclose the details of the meeting.
Okay, and our final thing to practice is using why, not asking a question, but as an expression of surprise. Like, I can't believe it.
Yes.
You can start a sentence with the word why, and it means I can't believe it. I don't believe it. Pachu, can you
Yes, but
go ahead? What? But
yes.
what?
Yeah, just I have a query. Like when people speak and say like something, and do I or can't you or something they put last at the end of the sentence. So what does that mean? Why the people use that kind of language?
Oh, can you give me an example? I'm not sure what you're asking.
For example, I don't expect to see you. Do you? Or do I?
Oh,
Or
you're asking about
yeah, they
you're
put
asking about tag questions. And
yeah tag question. The people usually use that.
that's like that's a way of asking someone, do you agree with me? So like for example, if it's cold outside, okay, my opinion is it's cold. So if I'm talking
Yeah.
to you, I'll say, Pachu, it's cold, isn't it? And that means, do you agree with me? Do you agree with my idea?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
But that's a
Got
whole
it.
different subject. It's a completely different thing,
Yeah. Got it.
complicated
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
thing. Uh, but putting the word why in front of an observation or an expression or a sentence, it's like I can't believe it. So
Yeah. I can believe.
Pachu, can you read number 3? What does it say?
Why? I didn't expect to see you here.
Yeah, so that means, wow, I can't believe it. I didn't expect to see you here. I'm surprised. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
Say it again. But remember that why is
Surprise.
a very important word here because it means, oh, I'm surprised. I don't believe it. So you have to say it with a lot of power.
Why? I didn't expect to see you here.
Have you seen that before, Mohammed? Using why, meaning I can't believe it.
Well, I see. Oh my God, the most.
You could do that too. That sounds very strong. Oh my god. I didn't expect to see you here. That sounds very, very strong. And this is a lot softer. Why? I didn't expect to see you here.
Why? I didn't expect you to see you
Yeah,
here.
so it's a little bit softer to use why as an expression of surprise. Why? I didn't expect to see you here. Okay.
Why?
Go,
Okay.
go ahead. Say it again.
Why? I didn't expect to see you here.
Okay, this is a pretty short phrase. Uh, let's see. I didn't expect to see you here. What are the important words, Mohammed?
Why and expect and here.
Okay, so we'll say why and so we have the word expect. Where's all the sound in that word? Expect. Which syllable?
Expect.
Which syllable has all the
Uh,
sound? Expect.
that. Second
The
syllable.
second syllable. Okay. Spect. Spect.
Expect.
Spect. Okay. What else is
That.
important?
Here.
Okay. So how will that sound? If these are the important words, how will the phrase sound?
Why? I didn't expect to see you here.
Why? I didn't expect to see you here. I think I have to disagree with you. I don't think that it's going to be here. I think it should be you.
Okay.
To see you here. I didn't expect to see you here.
I didn't expect to see you here.
Maybe both. I think we could do both, actually. Let's do that. Why, I didn't expect to see you here.
Why, I didn't expect to see you here.
Hachu, can you try that? Why, I didn't expect to see you here.
Why? I didn't expect to see you here.
Okay. Uh, let's add a little bit of music. So we make all of our sounds high tones. All of our important sounds will be in high tones. Uh, then when we get to the end, we'll make that low because most phrases will end low. So that would be, why? I didn't expect to see you here. Can you try?
Why? I didn't. Why? I didn't expect to see you here.
uh, can you try that, Muhammad? Add a little music to the phrase. Why? I didn't expect to see you here.
Why, why, I didn't expect to see you here.
Okay, Muhammad, can you make a who you expect see question? How would you do that? Who you expect see?
Who you didn't expect to see
How will you make a
here.
question? Who you expect? So you didn't expect me. Who? Uh, how will you make a who you expect question? Who you expect see? How would you do that?
Who did you expect to see?
Yeah, who did you expect to see? And what is your most important word in that question?
Who and see?
Okay. Uh, how would you say who plus did plus you?
How did you?
Who, not how. Who?
Who did you?
Who did you? Who did you?
Who did you?
Who did you expect to see?
Who did you expect to see?
Can you try that, Pachu? Who did you expect to see?
Who did you expect to see?
Mm-hmm. All right. And then I guess you could answer, I didn't expect to see you here. It emphasizes the word you very much. Can you do that, Pachu?
I didn't expect to. Sorry, I did not expect to see you here.
Yeah. Can you try that, Mohammed? I didn't expect to see you here.
I didn't expect to see you here.
Okay. So we are done with the comic book part of the video. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a picture and try to make a little story. But this means that we can change the volunteers again if we have other volunteers. Is there anybody who wants to take the place of Pachu or Mohammed? Let me know now, or we will just keep